Leeds United faithful, gather round, the transfer window just got absolutely mental. Listen up, you beautiful White Rose Warriors. Your boys got 3 absolutely massive stories that are going to shake Elland Road to its core. We're talking about targets slipping through our fingers, million-pound decisions that'll have you screaming at your screens, and a potential homecoming that could change everything. First up, we've got another one of our top targets getting snatched away. But this time, it's not those pesky Mackhams causing the chaos. Then, we're diving into why our gaffer, Daniel Farke, made a decision about a striker that's got the entire fanbase split down the middle, and the shocking reason behind it will blow your mind. And finally, after all this transfer heartbreak, there's a familiar face who might just be the answer to our prayers, and he's desperate to come home to where it all began. Before we dive into this roller coaster, smash that like button if you're ready for some serious transfer drama. DROPA comment with your thoughts on our summer business so far. And if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button because this window is about to get wild. The first bombshell involves a defender who was this close to joining us, but Premier League experience just walked out the door. Are you ready for this? Boom. Michael Keane signs new deal with Everton. Leeds miss out again. Right, White Rose faithful. Here's the first gut punch of the day. Remember that center back we were all excited about? Michael Keane, the Everton defender who seemed destined for Elland Road after his contract was running down. Well, sit down for this one because it's going to sting like a bad tackle in a Yorkshire derby. The 32-year-old has just signed a 1-year extension with Everton, and David Moyes has kept hold of him. Just when we thought we had our man, just when we were dreaming of that Premier League experience at the back, boom, it's gone. Another target, another missed opportunity, another case of what could have been for our beloved Whites. Now, here's the thing that's got me absolutely fuming. We've already brought in Joe Rodon, Jaco Bajol, and Sebastian Borno this summer, giving Farke 5 solid center-back options, including Ethan Ampadu and Pascal Struijk 5. That's more defenders than most Premier League teams have in their entire back line. But you know what? Part of me can't help but think, was Keane really what we needed? Or are we just collecting center-backs like Pokemon cards, while other areas of the pitch are crying out for attention? The experienced head, the Premier League know-how, the leadership, all of that just signed a new deal at Goodison Park. And here's where it gets interesting. Leeds faithful, if Pascal Struijk decides to leave this summer, which is still a real possibility, then missing out on Keane might come back to haunt us. The Dutch defender has been linked with moves away, and losing him would leave us scrambling for that final defensive piece of the puzzle. What's really getting under my skin is that we didn't move fast enough. While we were probably still deliberating, weighing up the pros and cons, Moyes swooped in and secured his man. This is exactly what happened with Sunderland and their targets. They acted decisively while we hesitated. The 49ers need to realize that in this cutthroat transfer market, hesitation equals devastation. Every day we wait, every meeting we schedule, every phone call we don't make, that's another opportunity for our rivals to get there first. Keane might not have been the flashiest signing, but he was available, experienced, and ready to fight for our shirt. But there's something much bigger brewing in this transfer window. And trust me, you're not going to believe what's coming next. We're talking about decisions that could define our entire season. Choices that'll have the cop end, singing, or screaming, depending on how this all plays out. The shocking reason why Leeds rejected Dominic Calvert-Lewin. Hold on to your scarves, White Rose Warriors, because this next revelation is going to divide the entire fan base and have every Leeds fan questioning everything they thought they knew about our transfer strategy. You know how we've all been screaming for a proper striker, someone with Premier League pedigree, someone who can lead the line when we're back in the big time. Well, Dominic Calvert-Lewin was right there for the taking. The 28-year-old Everton striker, 9 seasons of experience, available on a free transfer after leaving Goodison Park. And guess what? Daniel Farke said, no, he personally turned down the chance to sign him. Can you believe it? A proper number? 9, as David Moyes called him, and we just let him walk away like he was some Sunday League player. But here's the kicker that's got me absolutely steaming. The reason why will make your blood boil and question everything about our ambition. According to Tokis Poarti, Calvert-Lewin wanted too much money. That's right, Leeds faithful. We're talking about wages that would have disrupted our entire squad structure. The 49ers and Farke looked at his demands and said absolutely not. Now, I get it, fiscal responsibility, keeping the dressing room happy, not breaking the bank for one player. But think about this for a second. We're crying out for experience. Up front, Joel Pyro is still trying to prove himself in English football, and most fans would rather see Patrick Bamford leading the line than anyone else. We had a chance to solve our striker crisis with a proven Premier League goalscorer, and we let money talk. Jermaine Beckford himself said Calvert-Lewin needed this move, and it could have been the perfect fresh start for both player and club. But instead, we're stuck with the same old questions about our front line, the same concerns about whether we have enough firepower to compete at the highest level. Here's what's really grinding my gears. We're supposedly building for the Premier League, right? We want to go up and stay up this time. But when a proven Premier League striker becomes available for free, we balk at his wage demands. What message does that send to other potential targets? What does it say about our ambition? The man has scored goals against the biggest teams in England. He knows what it takes to battle relegation. He's experienced in high-pressure situations. Yes, his injury record isn't perfect, but show me a striker who doesn't pick up knocks. We could have had him for nothing except wages, and we turned our backs on him. Is this the right decision? Are we being too cautious? Or are we about to regret this when we're scrambling for goals next season? The man has scored goals in the Premier League. He knows what it takes to succeed at that level, and we just watched him slip through our fingers because of pound signs. Because what's coming next might just be the most controversial solution of all, and it involves a name that'll send shivers down every Leeds fan's spine. Get ready for the biggest twist in this transfer saga. Calvin Phillips' homecoming. The prodigal son wants to return to Elland Road, right? Leeds faithful, brace yourselves because this final story is going to tear the fan base apart and have every single one of you picking sides in the most emotional transfer saga we've seen in years. After missing out on Habib Diarra to Sunderland, they gazumped us with a £30 million bid, when we were willing to go to £25 million. After losing Noah Siddiqui to those same red and white devils, after seeing our midfield options looking thinner than a Yorkshire teabag, there's one name that keeps coming up in conversations around Elland Road: Calvin Phillips. The boy who broke our hearts when he left for Manchester City 3 years ago for £42 million. The lad who was supposed to conquer the world but instead found himself lost in Pep Guardiola's system. Shipped out on loan to Ipswich and West Ham. Watching his England career crumble before his eyes like a house of cards in a Yorkshire wind. And here's the absolute madness of it all. He's open to coming home. Phillips is desperate to leave the Etihad this summer, and reports suggest he'd give Leeds preference if we came calling. But here's the catch that's got everyone talking. He'd have to take a massive pay cut. We're talking about a player on city wages coming back to championship money. Think about it. White Rose Warriors, Ao Tanaka, Ilya Groove, and Ethan Ampadu are our only real midfield options right now. And Ampadu might be needed in defense again. We're desperate for quality in the middle of the park. And our former captain, our Yorkshire Priolo, the man who epitomized everything we loved about Marcelo Bielsa's Leeds, is sitting there waiting for a call. The 29-year-old still has a contract until 2028 with City, but Regis Lebris and Sunderland have already shown us what happens when you move quickly in this market. They're picking up our targets left, right, and center, including George Petrovic and Renildo Mandava, who are also on our radar. But can we trust Phillips? Does he still have the fire in his belly? Can he handle the pressure of coming home after everything that's happened? The loans, the struggles, the criticism. Is this the redemption story we've all been waiting for? Or is it just another transfer saga that'll end in heartbreak? The man who once ran himself into the ground for Leeds United, who gave everything for the shirt, who was the heartbeat of our promotion-winning team, could he be the missing piece in our midfield puzzle? Or has too much water passed under the bridge? Here's what's really got me thinking. Phillips knows our system. He knows the club. He knows what it means to wear that shirt. He's been through the mill at City, humbled by loan spells that didn't go to plan, and maybe, just maybe, that's exactly what we need. A player who remembers what it's like to fight for every ball, every tackle, every pass. But then there's the other side. Can we afford to take a gamble on a player who's been out of form for 2 years? Can we trust someone who left us for the bright lights of Manchester, only to find himself warming benches and playing for survival with other clubs? The fan base is split right down the middle on this one. Some say he's damaged goods. Others say he's the prodigal son, returning home with wisdom and experience. Some want to move forward with new blood. Others believe in second chances and redemption stories. What I know for certain is that this decision will define how we see ourselves as a club. Leeds faithful, this transfer window is testing every emotion we've got. We're missing out on targets, making tough financial decisions. And now, we're faced with the possibility of bringing home a prodigal son who might just be the answer to our prayers. What do you think? Should we go all out for Phillips? Are we being smart with our money, or are we being too cautious? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Give this video a massive thumbs up if you want to see more transfer chaos. And don't forget to subscribe because this window is far from over. The question that's keeping me up at night is this: are we building something special, or are we watching our Premier League dreams slip away, one missed target at a time? Only time will tell, but one thing's for certain: being a Leeds fan has never been boring.